Heyo, and welcome to my channel. I am Crisscross Applesauce, and today we are going to be going over how to make the scaffolding to build. I call it the windmill. I don't know what else to call it, but that's kind of what it looks like. Okay, so real quick before I actually get into the nuts and bolts of how we're going to build this monstrosity, I figured it would be a good idea to just go ahead and go over what exactly it is we're going to be doing and the order in which we're going to be doing it in. That way, when I start explaining all the little details of both of those, it's a little bit easier to understand, hopefully. So in a nutshell, what we're going to be doing is building off of our 64-sided circle with light boxes, one row at each different iteration all the way around 64 sides. We're going to use those light boxes to build another little bit of scaffolding off of, and then we're going to use that scaffolding to blender glitch Wayward cubes into those light cubes from opposite angles from one another. And then we're going to rotate our center wire. Don't worry, we only have to do it 63 more times. Then we're going to build out our next row of light boxes, build our scaffolding. Then we're going to blender glitch our Wayward cubes into these light boxes. Since we already did it from position 1, we're going to go over and go to position 2. That's this one right here. They're going to, again, do it from both sides, top and bottom. Giggity. They're going to do this for all of the different light boxes in that row. Then we can delete everything, rotate our wire from the center of our 64-sided circle again. Oh, look, only 62 more to go. Build out our row of light boxes. Since we already did position 1 and 2, that can only mean that position 3 is next. And don't forget to do the opposite side and do it all the way along the edge. And then you just do this over and over and over again, all the way around all 16 positions. You will end up going around this about 4 times in order to go around the 64-sided circle once. Yeah. It's a lot, but in my professional opinion, look at this thing. Totally worth it. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. All right, let's get into it. Let's go ahead and get started with the 64-sided circle. If you already know how to make a 64-sided circle, you can skip to this timestamp. If not, then buckle up because we're going right into it. First step is we're going to need to get ourselves a level wire. So I just grab a light floor, free place it wherever you want the general center of your structure to be. Reverse wire glitch from the left side and connect to the connection point on the light. Then we're going to reverse wire glitch from the opposite side and pull and connect right about now to the end of the wire that we made in the previous step. Now we have a level wire. And from here, we can pick whatever floor part we want. I'm partial to the stone ones for whatever reason. And then we're going to go ahead and since we're using small floor parts, we're going to have to reverse wire glitch from this position here and pull to there. So first step is we're just going to build up one and then reverse wire glitch from either side. This is going to be a 45-degree angle from our center point, which will be perfect to double the amount of sides that this square piece has from 4 to 8. So we're going to reverse wire glitch from this position. And then we're going to wire glitch or blender glitch that floor part we reverse wire glitched from back into this center of our structure, like so, giving us essentially an 8-sided circle. Then we're going to be reverse wire glitching from directly above or below our center point and reverse wire glitching and then wire glitching into this outside wire that is exactly the width of our square pieces away from our center point at 45 degrees from the original placement of the wire. Now we have a structure that looks a wee bit like this. Next, we're going to reverse wire glitch from the upper and lower positions created by this outside square, pulling and blender glitching them to the center point. Now a 16-sided circle and we're going to double it. So we're going to green state a floor piece again at 90 degrees from our starting wire. So we're going to reverse or green state this position and count 2 spaces to the right, reverse wire glitch from there. And then pull and wire glitch into the outside of our start wire, our center wire, and then do the same thing from the other side. So 90 degrees, count 2, reverse wire glitch, and then blender glitch into this position. Then we're going to do the same thing we did in the previous step, which is reverse wire glitch and then pull from the outside positions of our second circle into our first one. There's going to be 4 this time, exactly double the amount it was last time. So we're going to be reverse wire glitching again and glitching into our center point. And you can delete these outside boards. Now we have a 32-sided circle, and we are going to be doubling this. So this is a little bit more complicated. We are going to be putting more floor parts on this outside edge, and it's very important at this point to not lose track of where you are. Okay, so green state a floor piece, again at 90 degrees, count 2 spaces to the right, reverse wire glitch and pull to the outside. Then go back to that 90 degree point, green stated, and then count 2 spaces to the left, reverse wire glitch, and then blender glitch on the outside wire. Then we are going to go at exactly 180 degrees from our starting wire. And then you are going to count 2 spaces to the right, reverse wire glitch, and then blender glitch into the outside of our wire, our center wire. Then do the same thing again, counting to the left this time. 2 spaces. Reverse wire glitching, and then wire glitching into our outside. This is going to give us a 16-sided circle outside of our 32-sided circle. And now we're going to be pulling from all of these outside positions along here and blender glitching into our center point, doubling the number of sides that this circle has. Once you are done with that, you can delete everything except for the center part, which is now our 64-sided circle. Bada bing, bada boom. Now is a good time to save. Shaky. Okay, next step is we're going to be rotating our center wire, which is level right now. We're going to be rotating it 90 degrees clockwise so that the top is facing this direction. Do this. Simply grab a light floor, place it anywhere close to our starting wire, not more than 90 degrees away from it, or we're going to have issues. So just place it here, and then place a light floor in this position here next to it. Next, reverse wire glitch from a small floor in this position here. Pull and connect that wire to the connection point on your light box. Then connect a wire starting from your center point and connecting it to that outside wire. Now you can delete the old wire and delete the light box and the wire connected to it. Now we have a wire that is 90 degrees on its side like so. Actually, you don't need to do that. I'm dumb. Wire master here. Go ahead and reverse wire glitch from a position just next, in any of the positions close and just next to the wire that we just made that is wrong. And then just pull and connect that wire to the center point. Now, as you can see, the little lightning bolt is mirrored so that the top is still the same, but the front of the wire is technically this way instead of this way. Now, when we wire glitch a box light into it, we have the electrical point facing up, which is what we want. Anyways, before we get to the light boxes, go ahead and grab yourself a full-length short wall, and then from above your circle, you're going to have to find the corner of one of your floors, from the circle, and reverse wire glitch from the one that is directly above the wire that we just created. You can go ahead and pull and connect that wire to your center, giving it the orientation that we want. Then you can delete the old wire. Next, take yourself a light box, glitch it into this position on your circumference here, and then place 3 more to the right of it. On the 4th one in this row, so the 5th one total, reverse wire glitch, pull and connect that wire to the wire that's at the very edge of your circle. Like so. You can delete your scaffolding of boxes now. Next, go into your build menu, grab yourself a full-size triangle, and glitch it into the far side of that wire you just created. From there, we are going to green state a large floor in this position here, and then adjacency glitch from a large floor to a small floor. Next, go back to the build menu and grab a full-length short wall again, and then reverse wire glitch from the top corner of that small triangle, pulling and connecting that wire again to your center point. Then you can go ahead and delete your 2 larger triangles. And now, if we wire glitch a light floor into that position, we have 2 light floors that are almost exactly half a light floor distance apart. And then from there, we can place however many we would like, which will determine exactly how far out our structure is going to go. Now, if you want something like this, where it's just a folding ribbon, this is just 3 rows, which means that you've got like a way less work, but this is the structure that you'll come out to. But if you want the full structure, you're going to want to go at least 7 to 9 light boxes out. I went ahead and added 1 more just so it's 9 rows, just like the example. So first things first, let's just grab ourselves a small paver and wire glitch it in here like so. You might as well just go ahead and do this, which is build up and over and then reverse wire glitch and blender glitch into this position like this. This is going to be something you're going to do whatever 64 times 9 is, more times. So just shy of like 600. What you're going to be doing, you might as well go ahead and grab yourself a Wayward cube. And I'm going to stick it somewhere close but out of the way. Now, for this first position, for the entire row, we are going to be building this 8-sided circle at each one of these connection points on the light boxes. And for the first one of these, we are going to be blender glitching from the 1 position. I'm going to again pop up that graphic that shows all the different positions. So first, we're going to be going from position 1 and blender glitching by placing a wire and then wire glitching into this position here. And we have our first Wayward cube glitched in place. Do not forget, you need, in order to get the double ribbon or the 4 ribbon effect, you're going to need to pull from opposite sides into the connection point on the light boxes. We already pulled from the top. Now we need to pull from the bottom. But I don't have a Wayward cube. Here we go. So, from the same spot just on the bottom, going to blender glitch and bada bing bada boom. There we go. We don't have to worry about how it looks because on a save and reload everything will line up exactly the way we want. So now we can delete the pavers. I'm going to go ahead and grab a paver and just throw it right about for now. Then we can move on to the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this row doing top and bottom in each one of these, and then we'll move on to the next one. Alright, here we are after the first row, top and bottom is done, and you'll have a mess of garbage that looks something like this. Now just to show you, once you save and reload, it's going to look a lot different. And you can do this to test and make sure that each row is in line with where it needs to be. A real quick and easy way to tell if you've messed up or not. I typically do it after each row. And there we go. It's exactly as it should be. You can ignore that stuff right there. But yeah, you've got these two rows rotating around each other. And once we do a full circle of these, it's going to look something like this. Now we can delete everything except for the Wayward cubes and our main wire that's on its side. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves a full-length wall, and then we're going to move our wire from this position to the next counterclockwise. So we're going to be slowly going around this whole thing counterclockwise. So we're going to move to there is the position we're on right now. I'm going to move to this one right. Oh wait, that's 2 over, isn't it? Yep. We need just one position over here. There we are. Connect it to your center point, and then delete the previous one. Just so there's no confusion and no twists in our wire. And now we're ready to begin the whole process again. So, just to run you through it again, wire glitch in a light box into the end, count 3 more out from there, and then on the 4th one or 5th one total, reverse wire glitch and connect to the edge of the circle. Then delete the light floors. I guess you don't have to, but I do it just to get them out of my way. Grab a full-size triangle, wire glitch it into the far end of that wire, then adjacency glitch in the position to below and to the right, to a small triangle, then grab yourself a full-length wall, and reverse wire glitch from that top corner of that small triangle and connect it to the center of your entire circle. Then you can take a cube and wire glitch it into that position, and then build out your 7 other cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now since we are going counterclockwise around the big circle, that means that we need to go clockwise in our rotations around here. So, grabbing another small paver, we are going to be glitching again into this position, and then we are going to be going to, I think I have it backwards on my diagram. We are going to be pulling from positions 16 and 8 instead of 2 and 10 because we are going to be going clockwise. Okay, so in case of all this being a little bit too confusing, I've made this little animation for you to remind you of exactly what we are doing. The left side of this animation is a top-down view of the 64-sided circle, showing you that we will be rotating our center wire and making our rows of light boxes off of that. On the other end is what positions around your 2 pavers you're going to be pulling and reverse wire glitching from into the light boxes with your Wayward cubes. So as you can see, for one entire row, we're at 1 and 9, then the next 16 and 8, then the next 15 and 7, and so on and so forth. Hope this helps out. At some point, you're going to run into difficulties. Obviously, with this here, you're not going to be able to perfectly grab that position, which is 1, 11, 10, 9, position 12, you would have difficulty with. But it is the exact opposite of position 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. So once you pull this one, let's just hypothetically right now say we're pulling from here into our center. And then we're also going to need to pull from the opposite side. We can just make a wire like this and then do any number of different things, like say just blender glitch another small paver in like this. So we have a small paver at this angle, and then we can reverse wire glitch from this position and connect to the wire, and then just use that wire as a guide and blender glitch from there into the position that we could not reach before. And it's going to be, as long as it's at this angle from the quote-unquote level point of the connection point on the light box, we're still going to be just fine. So there you go. There's the first 2 rows. And then you have to do this only 62 more times. Thank you. Like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think of this tutorial. What could we do to improve it, make it easier? What things would you like to see me do tutorials on? My next tutorial is probably either going to be for this type structure, where you have basically a globe type thing, a perfect sphere out of the moving parts of the Wayward cubes, which is really kind of cool looking. Or I might just do a tutorial on sculpting to show you guys how I've done my dragon build, which is probably the most time-consuming sculpt I've done. So I might as well just go ahead and get a tutorial out on that while it's hot in my brain. So yeah, I will check y'all later. Oh, I also live stream here on YouTube sometimes, maybe. So if you want to come hang out, ask questions, I will show you how to do things, or we can figure out how to do things live and be friends. Okay, bye.